morning. Let's see where we're at. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Thursday the 22nd. So welcome back to another Market Open live stream. Right away, let's go jump right into it and get started. Nothing I really want to talk about right away. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get the watch list set up here. So I'll make sure to pull up the scans. Where's my volume at? It seemed yesterday when I was listening to my stream that my volume was a little bit distorted or something. I'll adjust that a little bit. So pull up scanner. What are we working with? So I'm getting the stocks from yesterday's watch list. SLNG was that one that made that nice 100% move intraday right off the morning, but no trades on it for me yesterday. It kind of held up. I'll keep it on the watch list for today. FOXO. No. Oh, SOBR made a run yesterday afternoon. I missed that. Guess I'll keep that on the list as well. No. Yeah, I guess I'll keep AMPX. So let's go ahead and get this edited. Looks like we got a few gaps this morning. A few stocks that are gapped up. SPRO is up 130%, 150% right now, so that's good to see. Yesterday, the gap scan when I got up yesterday morning was pretty limited, so today it looks a little bit better. So I was gonna keep SLNG and SOBR and AMPX from yesterday's list. Because that one's up 5% pre-market. We'll see what happens with it. Hey, yo, what's up, Kaden? How's it going, man? Tuning into the stream, I see, huh? I'll come watch me make $1 million live. SYTA. This morning I got up, went for a walk, and it was 41 degrees. And I was like, ooh, excited to go to Florida. No joke. Now I also have VRAX is gapped up. That was a stock from a couple of days ago. So I'll call that good for now. It's 80. Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's like consistently 80 no matter what there. So we're gonna look at SPRO. This one's up 151% pre-market. What's the news on this thing? I've got to look at my Facebook. Your mom keeps sending me links. September 22nd. Ooh, Facebook sued for bypassing Apple privacy rules. How does that have to do with SPRO, though? This is not a headline for SPRO. It just says they moved 122%. There's not any news. Weird, okay. I'll have to check eTrade Pro if there's news. News. SPRO. After clinical stage, biopharmaceutical company agreed to license HBR late stage antibiotic. Okay, so it's a drug uh approval or agreement to license one of their late stage antibiotics. Okay, whatever. So that's the headline on it. So it's got a good catalyst. It's up 150%. And the chart looks pretty good. I'm into the pre-market right now. SPRO also, what was the other one that I saw was being traded? PRST. I don't think I made that one made the list. No, it didn't. So what was the time? Time is 8:22 right now. So we got about an hour. Wait, Caden, you get up this early? I thought you usually sleep in a lot later. Since when do you get up at 9:30 or before 9:30? PRST. And then, yeah, I already got AMPX. Fixing your sleep schedule. Okay. It's good. That's probably a good thing. I always get more done in a day if I don't sleep in as late. I just feel like it sets me up to feel better if I don't sleep in so late. Oh. Oh, so there it is. You have a work meeting. The truth comes out. Okay. How's this mic sound, by the way? I've been having some problems. It's a new mic that I got. I like it. It sounds great, but I've been having some issues getting the level consistent. Like yesterday, I went and listened to some of the stream, and it sounded like kind of too gainy and distorted at some points. So I try to compensate and turn it down. But sometimes when I do that, I turn it down too much, even like a little bit, because this mic is a bit finicky. Whoa. So we got about 5 minutes of the bell. Uh, PRST, don't really care about this one. It's a little quiet. Okay, see, that's what I was afraid of. Because yesterday it was too loud. Let's see here. Okay, if I turn the gain up a little bit. How about now? If I'm talking consistently. So yeah, it sounds smooth, sounds good, but yeah, just a little quiet. That's the issue that I keep having. And then I seem to adjust it a little bit, and then it seems to be like distorted and too loud. So it's the issue that I've been having. So I turn up the gain like 1.5, so hopefully that's a little bit better. So coming into the open, SPRO definitely looks the best in the chart wise, on the chart side of things, but hopefully it didn't just make its move pre-market and then, is on the backside of it when the market actually opens. Let's see here. Okay, good. I appreciate it. It's a guy Ross who live streams, who's been trading for years and years and years. I get up this morning and dude's already up 3,300 bucks. He's ridiculous. So SPRO, are we going to be too extended here going to the open? I don't think so. I feel like if we can get over 215 and then 228 on the daily chart, we definitely have room. Actually, on the daily chart, we're going to open over this gap. No, just right underneath it. Pulling a little bit up, and it's perfect. Okay, perfect. I'll take a screenshot of those settings then, because I kept having an issue with that, so I'll call that good then. All right. Gain, sure. Okay. Save those settings. The thing I noticed about this mic too is you gotta have it like pretty close. Like you can see I have it pretty close to my face here. And then if I end up moving a little bit, it seems like the the volume drops off. It's not super consistent, so I have to be more conscious of actually like pointing my face at the mic all the time. So it takes a bit to get, it's taking me a bit to get used to this thing. But it's a nice looking mic, in my opinion. I think it looks pretty aesthetic. All right, well, we've got about 2 minutes till the open. I've got to get this watch list over here fixed real quick. QQQ, T, Rex. Okay. Yeah, so I guess that's just kind of how streamy mics seem to be, because that's exactly what this is. It's the Rode Pod mic is what it's called. So it's intended for, broadcasting, streaming. And that's kind of what I've realized about streamy mics is they sound great, but they just don't have a lot of like you got to be consistent about mouth placement in relation to the mic. It's the only downside really to it, but it is what it is. Get set up with 1,000 shares. Probably what I'll take on this stock if I trade it. I'll watch for it over 215. Looks like we had a double top at 215 just a second ago. See if we can hold that support. Other than SPRO, SYTA is pulling back. PRST is also pulling back quite a bit. So yeah, I'll definitely be watching SPRO. Here's about 10 seconds till the market opens. Here we go. So SPRO. So it's gonna hold two. Some big bids coming in. I just saw like a 50,000 share buyer coming out too. Yeah, it's still holding above two here. Another one of these weird spikes quickly, and that was happening yesterday morning on EVAX. Where we kept having these weird, I don't know if it's algos spikes or what, but there's 202. Are we gonna break down here? Is it gonna hold? Might look for a quick dip entry. Oh, that's a lot of red coming in. Come on, little SPRO. May disappointed to see the leading gapper fail right away again. It's trying to reclaim $2 here. It's having some problems. Well, the buyers came back in, and it's holding above 2. Looks like this thing is going to try to curl back up towards 15 here. But I'm going to give it another little bit before I take any trades. Quickly looking at everything else. Ooh, we had a halt up off the open on PRST. Interesting to see. So, I'll look to trade that on resumption. I think it halted. What time was that straight away? Yeah, it halted at 30 and 59 seconds, so about a minute and a half, 2 minutes if it's a 5-minute halt. Why do I have the hiccups? Oh, there goes beat. Smokes. This was a stock that we traded 4 or 5 days ago that was gapped up. Wow, nice. Look at this. Buyers coming in on this one. So I'll look to get serious. Hive day up is up here at 276. So what's this work? Kaden, if you're still there, what's this work meeting you have about? At my last job, we had several work meetings here and there, and they always seemed to be a waste of everybody's time. I mean, we had a couple of them that were productive, but let's see here. Why is there orders coming through on SLNG? I thought it's. Oh, that's the wrong one. SLNG. No. PRST. That's what's halted. So it's kind of a dead cat bounce on the daily chart here. We don't really have any resistance until. Oh, we do have some right up here. High of this day. Okay, yeah. See, that's the same kind of thing that I was just. Yeah, that's how it was at Florian at my last job. Random stuff to talk about every meeting, that everyone is already aware of. So yeah, it's kind of what I figured. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at. Okay, there's resumption. It's gonna be a lower resumption, so I don't really like it there. It's holding up 40 there. Yeah, there's just not much volume on this coming into this resumption. I mean, there's not a lot. I was hoping to see more volume on the resumption than coming into it on this candle. Uh, Granted, I guess it was the first candle of the day, so there's going to be the most volume on it. Yeah, I was thinking about taking a dip on this one, but I wanted to be careful because we just halted to the upside. And if we see that volume coming back down, yeah, it's going to halt to the downside now here. It's an 80-cent drop right there. Yikes. No good there. Hey, Rockland, good morning. Good morning, good morning. No trades for me just yet. Consider taking an entry down here on SPRO for the curl back up, but didn't really love it below VWAP. Oh, weird. Why'd that get changed a minute? I'm gonna have to close my window in a second. I'm getting a pretty bad glare right now on my screen here. But I hate to keep the sun out, you know? Yeah, you're in at 199. Nice. And that's kind of where I was looking to get an entry, but yeah, I guess I just kind of chickened out. Didn't want it below VWAP. There we go. It's getting some volume coming in now. So there's 206, 205. A lot of sellers just came in there. So I was hoping to see it hold up here at like 207. And then this candle here making you high over 10, but sellers came in there. Come on, SPRO, find some bottom here, find some ground. So BEAT made that really nice push off the open here. And this one still looks pretty good. Pull back below view up, and now we reclaim that level. You still in it? I don't know if I really trust it down here. Interesting. Okay, so, whoops. SPRO, we're just kind of consolidating right here below the $2 mark. Looking at the other stocks from today's watch list. There's a resumption in PRST. Come on, SPRO. NYAX. Oh, shoot. There's breakdown. Okay. This is just a halt. I'm tempted to take an entry off this dip here. The tight stop. But I usually don't like taking dip trades below VWAP. It's the only thing. But there was one yesterday that I kind of left on the table that was similar to this. So maybe something I should give more consideration. BEAT. How are the markets doing right now? Not so hot. It's kind of what I figured. Yeah, I know, man. This is what I keep like it's been the case for the last week and a half where we're getting all the action pre-market. I mean, this is a nice move right here. Break of like this 175 level up to 228. I mean, there's some good movement and then potential pullback entry here. But yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt too recently is that best action has been happening pre-market and then the gappers are kind of just they're not holding up. The leading gapper has not held up in like a few days in a row now. And as far as I'm concerned, really didn't give any potential. I mean, I don't know what if there was a trade on this that was profitable. I don't know where it was. Maybe when we had this consolidation on VWAP here for candle making you high in the 1 minute on the curl back up. Maybe. I mean, there's 10 cents, but yeah, 10 cents from the high of this candle to the high of this, so that's not even a great trade. Yeah, and that's the thing. I remember getting up and looking at the daily chart. I'm like, this thing can get over this gap, or it could get over this level, and then it has all this room to fill this gap. So I was optimistic about it, but after that, so how does that have anything to do with you looking for an entry at 2? If 237 is the resistance, are you looking just for? Oh, okay. I see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought you were getting at. Because yeah, if you're getting in on this kind of sell off in the open, then yeah, profit target being high of day or that 237 level compared to stop loss down here. at 95. Yeah, that's pretty good RR. PRST. Nice. SPRO at 105 pre-market. Still just holding or what? Well, he said was, so I'm guessing not. PRST. Now, this seems a bit interesting, but I kind of want to look for a trade on this resumption. Because we had this halt to the upside, and then like this panic sell-off off of that. So we'll see if we can see a little bounce. I'll just maybe take a trade with small share size, or smaller. But there's resumption. Hmm. Yeah, there's going to be some buyers coming in. But okay, yeah. I would have taken profits a long time ago too. If you leave 30 cents on the table and you took it from 105 to, if you left 30 on the table, do you mean 30 off of like the high? Because you can't expect to be selling at the high on every move. Have you ever tried trading using the TOS ladder? I was looking at a couple of crispy trades reviews or recaps, I should say, and I noticed that he uses that as well as a smaller time frame chart. Um, and it's interesting the bids and the asks that show up on there. So I've been giving a little bit of thought as to if I should maybe give that some consideration because I don't know if like the level 2 aspect of it is necessarily my strong suit. I feel like I get more information or I can get just as much information. Well, not just as much because obviously, it shows pending bids and asks at different prices. So it's certainly useful, but I feel like I can use the time in sales and the 15-second and almost gauge kind of level 2 off of those too. Yeah, yeah, okay. Another person, so trading farmer uses it. Well, yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see if I want to incorporate that. But for now, I'm just going to try to get used to mainly these 4 tools, and then see if we can, if I want to move on from there or stick with that. We'll see. So, SPRO, just kind of hanging out here below view up. No trades for me yet today. I would really like to take a trade though today, but I told myself that I'd rather have the discipline to sit here and watch charts and get screen time in and have the discipline to not take trades versus being in the coming at it from the approach of taking trades, in the first hour or two or whatever it may be, and then wrapping up and moving on and walking away for the day so then I'm not tempted to take any more trades, don't feel FOMO, whatever, but I feel like the ability to sit there and just look at charts and not take trades is important. So I'm still learning, and if I don't take a trade today and if it doesn't nothing sets up and feels really good, then it is what it is. Because it's not like sitting here and looking at charts is going to be counterproductive. PIXY halted? I wonder what's the up or downside. Oh, what's the upside? Oh, look at that. Nice. That dip got bought up really nicely. It's going to go into another halt, it looks like. No, it wants to. Yeah. So it looked like we were going to halt here at 2042, and it was a false halt. I was really tempted to buy that dip there. I'm guessing there's no news on this thing. No. We're up 55% though now. Only thing right now, it's like a 50. I mean, look at the spreads can open up. It was just 2050 by 2120. So, yeah, that's. Got a couple random things halting. LPTV. That one halted up. Resume just now. Enter another halt. Halt to the downside. So, it's not great. I want to be careful of a halt down here. Kind of looks like we might be on the backside of the move now. Long term, so these are in the indices. Looks like we're red today. Q's down 1%. SPY down 0.5%. So we've got this nice bottoming wick here on the 1 minute. If we can hold up here and start curling, that this thing can make a new high here. So over 2040 right here is first candle making a new high. Yeah, the only thing about this thing is it's really spready. So the risk is high for sure. So we've got these three bottoming wicks now in the 1 minute. Well, if this can actually hold that, we've got 30 seconds in this candle, but we're holding above VWAP, so that's good. LPTV, is that one just from that halt down? I'm guessing it is. Yeah, okay. Why does it say it's down 41% when yesterday it closed at 3 and now it's at 540? Doesn't make sense. So looking at the watch list stocks, PRST selling off to the depths. VRAX, not interested in it down here. No, no. SPRO, we're still hanging out. This thing might curl back up to VWAP, but not interested right now. SOBR, this one made a nice move here through VWAP, but lighter volume. Yeah, so not interested in Pixie here. The trade would have been, I mean, I don't know, maybe the break of 19 here. But it was nice out of this halt resumption here. We had a nice dip and rip. But I just wasn't paying close enough attention to it when it was coming out of the halt, so. So AMPX, what are we doing here? So I remember this one was in play, what was it, just a couple of days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago. I didn't take any trade. No, I did take a couple trades on it and ended up getting red on this stock. I remember I didn't love the action that much, and it's a bit of a grinder. No, that was a different stock. This one is pretty low float. So it looks like it's starting to curl a bit here. Yeah, this was a nice move here. But I mean, it was hard to trust. Because this was all real low volume. And then going into this halt from 16 to 1750, it's only on 63,000 shares of volume. So I wouldn't have felt very comfortable taking that trade out of the um, halt anyway. Well, another. I mean, man. Yeah, I don't know what I like right now either. Not really anything. It's like you really got to be um quick and diligent about getting trades in, because there's just not a lot of opportunity. So you really have to capitalize when it's there. That's how it's kind of been lately. SOBR. So yeah, this one looks decent here. I don't think there's any news on it. Hmm. I don't really care for it. Maybe worth a stab for the curl back to 65 at 54 there. Do I not have, what is this ticker? SOBR. Man, I'm like, I don't know what it is, but whenever I see a panic flush like this, or just a big red candle, this is a 10-cent red candle, I I want to buy the dip like almost every time. It's like something inside me. It's just like dragging my hand over here and wanting to hit the buy button when I see a big red candle print like that. But those can be um, good for quick little scalps. Or if you're trying to catch like the bottom of a pivot to see if we can, anticipate the bottom to get the curl back up. But they're definitely risky trying to catch, like a falling knife like that. But for some reason, I don't know what it is, but this setup, when I see just a big red candle off of a nice green move, it's like I always want to jump on that. It's like an instinctual reaction or something. I don't know. It just seems like a good place to buy. Because if you're buying high, you're going to have less, upside potential, depending on the context, obviously. But BEAT, yeah, it's still holding up. It's below VWAP, but not by much. Curl on Pixie. I don't want to get convinced by these curls that get rejected because we keep. I've noticed this happen several times recently where a stock pops up and I get interested to go long and then it rejects really hard. We had this yesterday on what was the stock? Oh yeah, it was SLNG. Yep, yep. Okay, so right here. Let's go to the 1 minute chart. So similar thing what we just had right now where we make highs, pull back, consolidate for a bit, and then we start curling up. And then when this candle really starts making a nice move, it's when I like look at it like, ooh, here we go, and then rejection. And there's like a $1.50 flush. And similarly on Pixie right here, where we just kind of started pushing over on a nice green candle, and then big flush here. So and it's kind of the same thing too, where we got over the last kind of pivot level by a few cents and then rejected. Yeah, Pixie is just a little bit wild there with the swinginess of the price. Did I update my stream information today? I really hope that I did. Sometimes I forget. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm not really interested in taking any trades on beat. Yeah, it did move a lot pre-market. We had this really nice move here. Where are we at? I mean, yeah, that's almost 100% from 150 to 276. And it was on some decent volume for pre-market standards. But then it's just kind of been fading ever since into the open. So that's what I don't really like about it. Okay, it's trying to get through this double top here at 205. Oh. Sorry for that squeak. That was kind of loud. Well, these have certainly not been the most eventful last couple of days. Um, but you know what? That's just fine by me. I'm just looking to gain more understanding and notice trends of how stocks seem to act during different market conditions. So, because when I was first getting into momentum trading, was basically when we had super good opportunity in 2020 and 2021. But I had no idea what I was doing. I was first just getting into it, watching Ross make $100,000 and making it look super easy. I'm sure everyone's been there. I mean, the guy makes it look easy, and he's calm, he's collected, he's centered. So I strive to be that emotionally disciplined when trading for sure, but yeah, when I was first getting into it, there was such good opportunity. But I didn't know what I was doing. So next time, when the market picks back up, I'm gonna be more ready. And for what it's worth, I've been profitable for the last couple of months. August was pretty good. September, I've been having a little bit more struggle. But I'm green on the month, and that's good. If I can get two back-to-back green months in these market conditions, I'm gonna take that as a victory for sure. Especially after being a losing trader in such a hot market. So if I have to keep sitting on my hands on days like today, then so be it. Just want to make sure I'm not being, you know, gun shy because scared money doesn't make money. VRAX is trash. PRST, this one got really heavily sold into. Pixie's breaking down now. SYTA was never really interested in this one in the first place because 50 cents, but it's below VWAP. Beat is making a push. So let's see, APX, SLBR, no, SLNG. Don't really care much for this stock right here. Ooh, SPRO. Okay. I might look for a lower entry here to see if we'll get the curl back towards 210. Yeah, SPRO. It's interesting here. Yeah, so I should have taken the entry there at 201. Getting some more green volume coming in here. Oh, it's because I have the wrong time in sales on right now. The price is like the same. It's 206, 207 over here, but this is on beat. Man, that's why I'm all off messed up right now. Shoot. SPRO. And that was a mistake by my part there. Holding up here at 205. There was the setup right there. If I was looking at the 1 minute, yeah, that was it. It's the dip. This right here, though, is a trade that I really want to be taking. This dip down to 202. Break of support and the bounce of that. Short still in control. I didn't know that. Never mind. Almost made a really terrible joke. I didn't know that shorts know how to trade. So we have this double top here at 209. Man, that was a nice dip to 202, and I really should have taken it. I told myself I was going to take it, but didn't. So I'm definitely in this. Ooh, that got shorted into. Oops. What's going on here? There we go. So why didn't I take the entry here at 2 with a tight stop at 201? When I said this looks good for the retest and the curl back up, with price target being 210. And it gave it 10 cents, and I didn't take the trade. So, yeah, I'm being a bit too tentative here. PRST halted. Yeah, I don't know. Not really too interested in that. So similar setup here. If we pull back to I think like 207, 206. Let's just see. No, see, and that's not quite the pop that I would hope for on that, but I mean, it gives a few cents. Gave a few cents. Think shorts are gonna like this drop? Come on, SPRO. We're still up 150% of the day. You know, the VWAP on the 15-second, I really should get rid of because it's not accurate. It's not where I want it to be, and I keep looking at it. It's higher than it actually is. So like in this case, it's at 202, when in actuality, VWAP is 4 cents lower than that in the 1 minute. So I'm actually gonna get rid of it here. It's not a good reference. All right, man. You're good, dude. I know what you meant. PRST is still halted there. Resumption, if it's a minute, if it's a 10-minute halt, will be in 1 minute. Resumption on this is going to be in about 15 seconds. Curious to see how this is going to look. That's why I want to watch it here. So PRST looks like it's going to be a 15-minute halt here. 94,000 shares of volume into that halt. So it's a bit odd. I wouldn't have expected it to be. Oh, and now it resumes. So delayed resumption again. Some volume came in here on this 1 minute candle. Let's see how this selling pressure is going to be. I might look for a dip entry. SPRO looks like it's trying here. I'm going to get back over to this one. Here's SPRO. Nice break of this resistance there. High of day is 28. There's 25. Wanted to see it go there, but it's churning a lot. Try that dip there. Give it a second here. So it looked like it was going to break out there. Still looks like it might. Could use some nice volume coming in here. 24. One thing I want to be careful at now is we're kind of consolidating here, so we could see some selling pressure come in when people stop out. So I want to get caught in a flush, but PRST is still holding up. It's interesting. Man, we were only 2 cents there from high of daybreak. Shoot, I'm gonna have to get out real quick. I gotta go to the bathroom. So yeah, it started curling. I was afraid of that happening when I ran into the bathroom, but it had happened. So yeah, there's the break, and I missed it. Next resistance is up there at 37, and then we're like home free for filling this gap here. Yeah, man, this thing came back nice. I took a couple trades through this. I did okay, and then when this broke out here, I got back to it in this candle. I had to run and go pee. It's bad timing, but I had to. It's like I can't wait any longer. I wanted to see 28 on the time and sales there to buy that dip. So I think we've got, wasn't this level at 37? 38. Okay, so 38, and then we're filling this gap here. It's 37. So this is now the seventh green 5 minute candle in a row. So keep that in mind. Just 31. Seems like we had a lot of selling pressure up here towards 37. Hmm. My eyeball's itchy. Another tap off 37 there. Nah, thought that break was going to be more than that. It's 2 cents. There's 42. We have a lot of sellers at 40 there. So we'll get through that level. So this thing didn't really have any super clean. I mean, this breakout here with 37 was nice. Right here. But the break no, what was I just thinking? Not the break of 47. It's a break of this high of day. Yeah, so break of 28 ended up being pretty nice. But the break of 37 being that daily level wasn't very strong. And we're kind of just inching up here. I don't know. I feel like we could see a... Oh, man, look at that. 52, 53, 54. There's short covering. Holy smokes. Yeah, that was a little crazy there. I missed that one totally. That was a nice dip there from high of day 56, and we got to pop back up. Oh, I'm sorry, high of day. Where did I get 56 from? 74. Pull back into 56 is what I meant to say. We're up over 200% now. And we're into this gap fill range to like what is it? 460s? That wasn't a very good entry there. Hold it for just a second here. Be out for right now. Wow, nice move here by SPRO. It's 1 minute candle. It's a 15%, 16% move. That's impressive right there. You take any trades on this thing, other than the trade that you were talking about earlier in the day? So we might need a 5 minute pullback here to just breathe a little bit because we're now a little bit extended. Yeah. Hold of $2. And this was the spot. Man. Maybe I do need to take some longer time frame trades. Because I talked about when this is pulled back here, I wanted the entry there at 202 for the retest of this pivot level here. We got it, and then I mean now we're here, so obviously if I entered down here, I wouldn't have still been holding because it's just not how I usually trade, but I would like to slowly diversify my strategy a little bit where I can have, I'm able to take quick scalps, but also have the discipline to be able to hold longer trades if I take a setup that is going to be that kind of a trade. PRST held it. Oh, it's held it to the downside. So we're approaching 10 o'clock right now. We're holding up pretty high though during this 5-minute pullback. There's 63, 65, 68. Wow. It's holding 7. There we go. Nice trade there. Look at that. So that was a nice trade. Now at $3. Holy smokes. 316. It's in a halt. Wow. Look at that. Should have just held this entry. Would have not 50 cents a share. Oh, false halt. Wow. So, okay. That was a bit of a sketch dip. Usually those false halts will dip and then that gets bought up right away on the first pullback. First pullback. Entry, let's see. 72 was my entry and 98 was the fill on the exit. So that was pretty nice. So 20, what was that, 26 cents? So that's a trade that I've capitalized on a few times here where we make a push. And then instead of dipping, we just kind of hold. And then I didn't see any bids coming in below 70. And when it held there for just another, I don't know. It was just a long enough hold time where I felt like it was going to get a squeeze up. Now, I didn't think it was going to squeeze that hard, though. So it was definitely some more short covering over the high of day. We're up 260% on the day now. I got a little aggressive here. I mean, looking at the charting, that was a little bit, it's pretty high entry. I got in at 309 here when it looked like it was going to halt, and then it was a false halt. And like I said, I try to buy that first pullback there because a lot of times on the false halts, buyers will get in on the first pullback chasing the halt. So that was good. Man, I did not expect this. Look at these two green candles. I think this one's even bigger than the last. 23% in one green candle. A 1 minute candle. The only thing about this stock is coming into today, usually on a stock priced around like coming into the open, it was $2 a share. I'd be trading this with 1,000 shares. And then through this, when it started to pick up here, I decreased my size to 600 shares. So this would have been a bigger winner here if I had kept my share size at 1,000, obviously. But you know, it doesn't really matter. I'm not really. I don't want to worry about the P&L because that's really. I mean, it's the point, but it's not the point. The point is trying to take quality setups. And if I'm always worried about the P&L, then it's going to be clouding my vision. It's something that I've struggled with ever since getting into trading, is just being too worried about the P&L. So I want to start talking about them in terms of cents and percentages versus dollar amount. But obviously it's all related, but it's just kind of how I want to approach it in my mind. So on the day, I'm up 153 right now. So, nice green day. I've kind of broke out of that kind of consolidation. My my curve, the what do you call it? Um, just my profit loss curve is kind of up down up down up down, kind of flat for the last week. So it's kind of a nice little breakout pattern. We'll see how far this thing's gonna pull back. I don't really want to take a trade down here. Big topping wick on this 5-minute candle here. Trying to guess where those pops are also. Okay, interesting. Pulling their orders because too volatile to sell the spreads. And then with shorts taking lost buyers coming in, that's when we get price. Yeah, okay. I'm not quite sure I understand the. Okay, I see what you're saying. So now I want to be cautious of securing profits. I don't want to give back off the top. Because I already did give. I gave back about 50. I was up 200, and then I gave back 50 on this pullback here off the false halt. But if that would have been a green trade, it would have been another 15 cents. Because it would have. I mean, but you know. The only thing with this is it was kind of hard to have a tight stop because I mean we were getting some really heavy volume in this. I mean there's 715,000 shares in that 15-second candle. So and I was trying to buy into that pullback. So that was definitely high risk right there. So this was a nice call here. This was a nice trade. Or I'm sorry, not a nice trade, but a nice setup on the 5-minute here where we just had that little 5-minute pullback and then it's kind of a 3-bar play right here. Really clean looking 3-bar play for what it's worth. Man, when this thing broke out of my entry, it went off screen. And that's something that I wish I could change with these charts, was that the charts would follow the price action if it, or the price if it went below or above, the median, like of where the chart's at. But when it broke out, it went off screen, which was a little bit annoying there. I mean, didn't expect it to break out that strongly, but that was pretty crazy. And for what it's worth, I mean, I got out and then it moved another 20 cents. So, but heck, a 26 cents scalp on a stock like on this price stock is fantastic. So I'm definitely not going to be hoping for any more than that. Because like I was just saying earlier, you're never going to catch the bottom. If you're entry, you're never going to sell the top. Maybe sometimes, but It's not a realistic expectation. So this candle is going to close red. We're just kind of consolidating here. Yeah, that was a bit of an anomaly situation right there. Realistically, my profit target with of this was the break of 75 and then maybe towards 80. You know, a 10-cent scalp there, but heck yeah. Nice move. So looking at it here, let's look at the volume profile. So we had increasing volume on this ramp up. Look at this, 3.5 million shares of volume. This is what I like to see. This is some good volume here. What are we at in the day? 137 million shares of volume. So that's great. I remember there was a few times last year we had 300 million shares of volume on the day on some momentum stocks. So this thing might not be down and out. This might end up bringing back some nice momentum too. Kind of something that RT was talking about. Can't remember if it was in one of his. I think it was on one of his recaps. Is that we need something like this to kind of knock short sellers off of their high horse. I mean, if I'm a short seller in this market, I mean, I feel comfortable shorting just about everything that's gapping up. And now this one rips through, and if I'm still short, it's like, you know, I'm deep red right now. And then going forward into tomorrow, you know, as a short seller, I might feel a little bit more cautious on a stock like this because we had this awesome momentum. So I don't know if my look on that is right, but that's kind of my perspective on it. The only thing now about this winter is like, man, I chose to dumb down the share size on this price range of stock. You know, by a little bit, and that's okay because usually I'll take 1,000 shares if it's $2 around, and I mean we're at 270 there, so that's okay. Honestly, that wasn't a bad decision. It's always easier to say in hindsight, well, you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda taken bigger share size on the big win, but there was a reason for my decision to take smaller share size, so I'll stick with it. Looking at everything else real quick, I'm guessing not much is going to be moving with this awesome action on SPRO. But man, I remember there was a few days last year where I couldn't seem to get my focus on anything because we'd had several stocks just ripping. But it's a different world in the stock market right now, where this kind of a thing is a bit of an anomaly. It's 10:09 right now, actually. Pretty sweet. 10 o'clock in the morning is usually when I turn my light on in my closet. I've got a herb garden that I set up in there this last spring. It's headed over the summer. It's pretty awesome. And for someone like me that lives in Wisconsin, it's going to be extra awesome in the winter months. So, SPRO. What do we want to see here? So, SPRO, we're holding up here pretty high yet. Still up 230% on the day. It's awesome to see this momentum. So pop back up to 85. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, that's what the percent's based off of. Okay, I see. I see. So looking at long term, the markets are still continuing to sell off. So the Q's down 1.5%, S&P down 1%. Most of our indices red. Yeah, man, I feel for you. What about micro scalping in like and sim? Just doing some sim trading. Wow, nice. So I closed up my swing position on Tesla right when it bounced off this level here. I ended up selling around 310, I think. Nice. I want to start accumulating a longer term position of this right here of square. I was doing some analysis yesterday. I was just kind of taking a look at some larger cap stocks that I like the fundamentals of and looking for stuff that's oversold, and Square is one of those right here. I usually don't use the RSI. I used to like using it a lot more when I was doing longer or larger time frame trading, but it's not so useful for momentum trading at all. But don't have okay. Yeah, that's yeah. I forget. I mean, being in Wisconsin, I'm so close to Canada, but yet Canada is its own country with its own, yeah, its own different set of, what am I trying to say? Rules, I guess. Anyway, with Square, um, looking to potentially accumulate. Now, the only thing is I'm not very confident in the overall condition of the market. Every Fed talk has just been bad. It's like, so I'm not really too keen on acquiring a position yet, but there we go. It's breaking down below support, so it's at 55.80. So this is like the lowest it's been since it recovered from the COVID crash. And actually, before the COVID crashed everything, it was higher priced. So SPRO is continuing to sell off here. So I'll just kind of let that pull back and consolidate and do what it's going to do. This is another one that I would like to potentially accumulate for a longer trade on. Something that I found was there's some stocks you can find that very much respect the RSI. Well, not respect, but they yeah, I guess they respect the RSI, relative strength index. When like getting overbought, or when getting to overbought on the RSI, we usually have a pullback, and then when it gets to oversold, we end up having some buying coming in. So I remember there was one time period on AMD where I was really consistent. This was kind of when I first got into trading too. I was really consistent with using the RSI and doing like 2, 3, 4, or 5 day swing trades. Right in, man, this has been this long ago. That's kind of insane. So it was right in this section here. And I'm pretty sure I had like 100% accuracy where the RSI is reflected a little bit different now. I think I was using a smaller time frame, but went from overbought to oversold to overbought to oversold to overbought to oversold to overbought till it broke out. And I remember I took like 2 or 3 of those trades when it was oversold and ended up being nice. And then I kind of got shied away from the longer term swing trade strategy when I started getting wrecked. But looking back on it now, this was kind of a bit of beginner's luck because I didn't really know what I was doing. I found a video saying, buy the RSI when it's oversold, and you know, but that's still something that I would like to be taking into consideration here. AMD is kind of another good candidate right now. We're coming into this oversold territory. The only thing I just, like I said, don't like right now is just the overall condition of the market. It doesn't have me very bullish to be buying. So where am I at here? Yeah, of course, it's not the end all be all, but it can definitely be helpful. So like, yeah, if we go look at this over here, a situation where the RSI being, it's like you said, the dip keeps on dipping. So like right here, where was it? I don't know if it was on the stock. 'Cause I noticed exactly what you're talking about yesterday when I was doing some analysis. So like right here on SQ on Square, RSI was oversold right here on this day. And if you bought in, it's oversold, looking for maybe 15%. Yeah, it's 53% to the downside. I mean, if you're still holding it now, you're down 70. So yeah, it's definitely not a end all be all. But I feel like with the longer term trades, it can be more useful than intraday. That's the only thing I have to say. But yeah, I agree with you. Focus on price action. Price action is definitely king. Um, but yeah, looking back on SPRO.
I'm gonna make a stop at Menards,
Okay.
and then I'm going up to my appointment with the eye doctor.
Okay, that's right. Good luck, Gramps.
Thank you.
You've probably seen him in the background a few times. It's my grandpa. I rent from him. I've lived here for the last couple of years. He's going in this afternoon for, oh man, some brutal sounding appointment where he's got to get some injection in his eyeball. And of course, when you get anything done with your eyeballs, whether it's surgery or LASIK, whatever, they don't put you under, otherwise your eyes will roll back to. So you got to be awake for that. So I do not envy that. SPRO is trying to curl back up here. The time is now 10:30 though, so I want to be a little bit more cautious because I know that between this time and like lunch, I will usually not trade as accurately. Historically speaking, saying BEAT. Wow, yeah, this thing held up. Actually, I kind of forgot about this ticker with all the action on SRPO, SPRO. Here comes some selling pressure. Yeah, definitely lighter volume. Pixie, this one gave a little bit of opportunity today, some potential for a scalp out of the halt resumption. And it didn't give the dip and rip, and it was pretty clean. Sometimes those halt resumption trades, depending on the context, can feel like a little bit more of a gamble. But my accuracy with them is usually it's pretty decent. Man, what is that noise outside? Some construction or something's going on. Well, unfortunately, right now the time is 10:25, and I'm gonna have to get out of here by 10:30, 11 o'clock today, like usual, for work. Okay, realistically on SPRO, I'm not really interested in taking trades on it right here. Um, if we start curling up, though, I'm gonna get interested, but don't have a lot of time left today, which is the trouble. So I might just call it here. A nice green day, but yeah, we'll see. I'll hang out here for a little bit more. Yeah, keep the gains. Yeah, man. This is kind of something though that I was just kind of talking about earlier, where I want to have the discipline to be able to sit in front of charts and not take trades. So like if I did have the time today, I might just call it and say, I'm gonna watch this, watch the price action, and then just lock up the gains for the day. But the only trouble with the problem that I see with the mentality of getting green and then shutting it down for the day and walking away is I mean, at least as a beginner, is then you're kind of robbing yourself, or maybe not even a beginner, but just not a real experienced trader. Is you're just kind of robbing yourself a little bit of that experience by just, cause I kind of used to do that because I used to overtrade so much. And so I used to kind of have to force myself to, I'd trade for the first half hour, maybe an hour after the market open, and if I was green, I would like have to walk away because I feel like an addict at a casino or something, not be able to stop. So that's just something that takes some discipline that I have gotten better at, but I don't want to leave opportunities on the table just out of fear of losing gains. Discipline also means rules. Yeah, very true. Discipline definitely does mean rules. For Michael scalping was high day volume in 1 minute, pretty much. Okay. So if you're not seeing high day volume, you're not taking the trade. So yeah, with that, then you're gonna not be finding yourself trying to trade the backside of the move so much. That is a good rule. I guess I should probably establish some more set in stone rules with myself because I've definitely got um, rules and concepts I follow, but I don't know. There's nothing really concrete. I mean, yeah, so maybe that's something that I've got to give some more thought and consideration to. This one's still interesting to me. PRST. Because I would have thought after this rug pull that we were going to sell off, but let me hold it up, and we're still right on VWAP, but yeah. Well, we're just continuing to sell off here. So I guess I am gonna call it a day here. It's 10:30. Gonna wrap things up. Um, after my first shift, after around lunchtime, maybe one or two, I like to scan and just check the Discord, check the scans, whatever, see if anything's popped up. So if uh, if that ends up being the case and this thing comes back, I will be back to take some more trades on it potentially if it sets up nicely. But for the time being, I'm just gonna lock up the green day. So plus 150 on the day. 153, yeah. Yeah. So you want to be convinced and notice the volumes on pace. Yeah, I think that's smart. I feel like there could be some potential to miss trades though if you're waiting for that. If you're anticipating, well, I guess anticipating the high of day volume is different than waiting for high of day volume. Because if you're waiting for high of day volume to break on a candle, you're probably gonna miss the move. So I guess, and that's what you said. Yeah, convinced that otherwise no trades. So yeah, but the only thing that I would be concerned about with that is that you would potentially miss trades waiting for the volume confirmation. But I think that's a good idea to have in place, or at least to keep in mind. So what a nice break there. So yeah, we're selling off here. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. Lock up a nice green day. I'll be back tomorrow for Friday, right? Tomorrow's Friday. Man, weeks go by quick these days. It's already the last third of the month. And we're gonna start seeing snow soon. But I do love me some snow. Anyway, I'll be back with the recap. I'll be back tomorrow streaming. If this thing does end up making a nice move in the next few hours, I might come back and stream Power Hour. I usually do say that and usually don't end up streaming Power Hour. But I might in the future. We'll see. But yeah, okay, that wraps things up. Rockling, I'll catch you later. Have a nice rest of your day. Try not to have too much FOMO of not micro scalping, but I can totally relate to how you feel with that, man. But as always, have a good one, and I will catch you. I'll catch you tomorrow.